All right, so we're running the test today on the PŌLR Cube, and what we're going to do is we're going to test similar coolers. So the same cooler with 2 bags of ice and 2 cubes, and this one's going to have 2 bags of ice. So we're going to see which one lasts the longest, and then we're going to do the same with the high-end cooler. So we're going to kind of have the cheap cooler, how long does it last? Expensive cooler, how long does it last? And just kind of see the differences. So, wow, weird. So, I guess it's safe to assume that's a little colder than ice. Wow, trippy. Okay, so there's that.
Super cool.
And then, whoa, kind of hard to...
Is there any water in the bottom of that?
I don't know. Yeah, there is. There's already water there. Again, right? No.
Is there any water in this one?
No.
Not really. A little bit.
Okay, and then there's that one. Did it all yet?
Wow.
It's actually still. It's just all stuck together. See that? So it's all around it. If I pull it, I'll pull it apart. So that's all frozen still. And if you look at this, this is all water. But you can see it's all just a solid mass around here. I don't really think... Okay, if you look down in the bottom of that, there's a teeny bit of water starting in there, is all. And this top is still really nice and dry. And then this one, lots of water. See that? By water, but there's still more ice than you think in here. I mean, there's part of that iceberg still stuck to this, and both PŌLR cubes still have ice in them as well. I would say they are about, you can see it's a gel, right? So you can see it kind of moving around in there. So there's a middle part that I can feel it's a little bit solid, but still super cold to the touch, still frozen, that sort of thing. So there's that. And then this one, as I suspected, I would say the water's cool-ish. It's definitely still not room temperature, but it's definitely done. Some ice. If I had to guess, remember this started out as 2 bags of ice, I would say there's probably 20% left, I'm guessing. Where this one, I would say it's still like 50%. But again, that's a guess. But I mean, still a lot. Not a lot of water. Iceberg around this. And these ones, look, these are almost all solid still. Comparison of a $300-ish cooler compared to a $17 cooler. This is the $300 cooler after 5 days. This is the $17 cooler after 5 days with the PŌLR cubes. Wow. Pretty awesome. We got something here. So it's the morning of Tuesday, and remember we put this in on 1 o'clock on Thursday. So here's the 2 less expensive coolers, and kind of see what they're doing. Remember yesterday this was already water. Now it's still cold-ish, but it's not cold. Remember this room's about 70. And then by comparison, we're down to water now in this cooler as well. What you would be curious about is it's still super cold. So the gel obviously is thawed, but we have still cold. We wouldn't have spoilage. This ice just melted, I'm guessing, maybe a couple hours ago. So this one did outlast it, but not by a ton, right? So we'll probably get another day maybe out of this, my guess is. So as a direct comparison, kind of interesting. We got awful close. And once again, crazy. Wow. So this, essentially none. This still has things like icebergs. This is still solid. And okay, wow, so this is done. That kind of surprises me. I didn't think that would be done yet. 2 bags of ice. And still a good amount of ice. And look at that. We still got the iceberg. So it's still frozen solid to the outside. Still lots of ice. Here's the thing. Wow. How cool is that? So there's your difference. Profound difference. Wow. That's still got lots of ice. And this one is water. And now is on its second day of being water. A very decent amount of ice in here. Super cold on your hands kind of ice. And look at that. It's still iceberg. Totally room temperature now. Been non-food safe for at least a couple days. This cooler, only difference is wow, cool, it does still have ice. No way. Now, we're down to the last few pieces. I'm super curious if the iceberg has fallen off. Oh my God, it hasn't on this one. No way, it's still there. So, this thing is below freezing enough to still make this be frozen solid to its exterior. Awesome. I don't think it'll last till tomorrow, but it'll definitely still be food safe. And we'll check. I guess we got one more day we got to do. Crazy. All right, so it is day 10. It's Saturday. We put it in Thursday of last week. This is the cooler, the only one that still has cold left in it. It has the 2 cubes in it. We're going to see on day 10 if there's still ice in there. I'll be kind of surprised if there is. But what I want to test is it still 32 degrees, right? Because the cube is still holding cold. Well, I'm going to test the 2 and just know it's Saturday. Nobody's in the office, so I'm filming this myself, and it's going to be what it's going to be. So it's what I suspected, is that there's no ice left, but it is ice cold. Here's what I want to try to do. So I'm going to use this. This is a thing that like the health department uses to get temperatures off of stuff. And so I'm going to shoot that one and get the temperature reading of the water, and then shoot this one and see if this is still food safe 10 days later. So food safe is usually considered below 40 degrees. Okay, so that one, and I'm not sure if you can see it, is 67. Okay, and this one is 38. So we're still food safe that many days later. Now, interesting thing is I kind of actually expected it to still be like 32, 33, but it's still food safe. And so I think this is probably day 10 is going to be it. We are finally out of ice today. But wow, amazing.